for the defense of peace and of the electoral results established by the Venezuelan people through their votes. I mean regarding to deputy, is referring to something is crime and something is conversation, and using these dialogue processes and the mechanisms used by the constitutional democracy to attack that constitution and democracy. We are clear now that several processes of conversations with several sectors, mainly of the far right of Venezuela, were made by them, as Commander Chavez said, in a hidden way. So it's enough. And I'm not only meaning to the law of political parties, the organic law of electoral processes, to defend the republic, to defend peace, to defend ourselves from terrorism and fascism. The National Assembly has approved the organic law Libertador Simón Bolívar against blockade and in defense of the homeland. In that sense, I'm going to propose that the National Assembly give the task to the National Council to apply the instruments approved by the National Assembly. And I set an example. Because since psychiatrists, some leaders of the opposition want to attack us because they studied in several universities. They started to say that the laws now are not fair. If 3 weeks ago the law was approved, they asked for more pressure and sanctions and actions against the republic. They are under the legal status of your organic law, Libertador Simón Bolívar, and it has to be applied to them and their leaders and their political parties in Venezuela. From now, I propose to President Nicolás Maduro that no matter what it is, the result of the elections of the National Assembly and governors of the State Assembly of April 2025, the United Socialist Party of Venezuela and the Great Patriotic Poll will recognize all of the electoral results that come from the polls on April 27th, and we accept the challenge and the invitation. Deputy Bernabé Gutierrez, we have a mouth and tongue to talk a lot and to visit every corner of this republic, not only in electoral times, not only when elections are taking place, but every day at any moment of this Bolivarian revolution. Let's go to the streets, let's go to the neighborhoods, let's go to the cities, let's go to the communal circuits, let's go to the towns to catch any vote, and the revolution will triumph in the elections of the next April 27, 2025. A new National Assembly has a date to be established January 5th, 2026, 11 a.m., and the people on January 27th will elect a new National Assembly, legislative power of the power, elections, democracy. Let's get ready to go to the streets. You must get ready to debate, and the people will decide, and that will be the best decision for every state, every municipality of the country, and in general for the whole country. The regime of Maduro has promoted 36,000 projects I talk this way so that the EFE agency of Spain has information. That agency that every year, every day is carrying out a campaign against our country. Watch out, because fascism can come back to you, and all of the journalists that are mercenaries against Venezuela will see the face of fascism. God forbid that another Franco arises in Spain. God protects Venezuela as well from fascism and the understanding of politics as the exercise of hatred and violence. The year 2024 was a very good year when compared to 2023. But when we presented a resume of 2023, we said it has been a very good year regarding 2022. So the resources have increased, especially methodology. First of all, we need to define the areas in which we are going to invest resources: public services, health, electricity, something that has born from the reality of our people. And there, this method that you have applied after consultations carried out in 2024, both consultations have been successful, and the popular power can say mission accomplished, President Maduro. And what is waiting for 2025 is growth, is development, and to consolidate everything we had and looking for new path. In 2024, were executed practically all of the project, almost 12,000 projects, 11,900 projects, 2,900 between governorate and town halls. The one of town halls reached 78%, and the projects financed in the first and second consultation reached an 100% of execution. So the resources were allocated on time and invested in the case of the popular consultations in assemblies and where the projects were presented and then elected, but also something relevant, which is the process of analyzing the resources received. So what you were saying about the popular power using better the resources with transparency, because we are renting account in a very important way, reaching over an 80%, and this is a marvelous method to consolidate popular democracy. Then what has to do with areas in the first and second popular consultation, the project that was financed the most was related to water, and the second to viability. If we compare it to the Federal Council of Government, the second sector was water. So we see a conclusion between this body, which is the Federal Council of Government, the regions, governorates, town halls, and popular powers. These are the same areas for investment and where we have had an extraordinary execution. So President 2024 has closed with extraordinary numbers, and I want to congratulate the Secretary of the Council of Government, because has been there. And in 2025, President,